My name is Dubem MENAKAYA. I'm recently graduated and I'm setting up a new business, online media company and community platform called GOTB, which stands for Getting Off the Bench. Basically, for about 3 months, and it's kind of an idea that kind of formulated throughout university and just going through that whole process and seeing different things and different experiences. In terms of like what we actually do and what we're about, we're launching this month and we aim to produce media for young entrepreneurs and artists. Basically just giving the real details and delivering content in a relatable way. So first we want to interview young successful entrepreneurs from a variety of different backgrounds like fashion, technology, music and entertainment, and just kind of get their insight into, you know, saying why did they start their journey and their passions and their ups and their downs and their kind of life and business advice, and just deliver that in a way that, you know, young people can sit and kind of watch and absorb and get entertained by. I wouldn't really call them hurdles, it was just kind of things that happened, and during the process you don't really understand what it all means. But if you kind of learn to make something out of it, I mean, for example, like I got kicked out of university after my first year. So after that year, I was like really depressed for quite a while, like a few months. And as I didn't really understand why. I mean, I understand why it happened. It was really something very small, but the rules are the rules. But I didn't really understand why it was happening to me. I think that's the better point to make. And going through that kind of experience, and then I went back to university a year later, but it was during that year really where I kind of learned this desire to, you know what I'm saying, be an entrepreneur. That's where it all came from, because I started reading books, like entrepreneur biographies and stuff like that, and I realised that they controlled their own destiny in a way, that they were able to create their own future, and the things that they went through, you know, some of them went through a lot of difficult setbacks, that if they was able to kind of see the positive side out of it, they could come back and maintain. And you know, you always hear the story of an entrepreneur who dropped out of high school or whatever, and then it's like I started to realise that education, in terms of institutionalised education, that wasn't the be-all and end-all, and like no one else, if someone dropped me out, it wasn't going to be the end for me. So yeah. I think in terms of like actual resources, it's not really a big deal. It might sound controversial to people, but I think what it really takes is passion. And I think it really takes, you know, something that you love and a kind of mission and a purpose, something that's underlying and that you really know, like, I can't do anything else. Like, that's the kind of mindset I had to get to, because I had the idea a while back, and then, you know, it was in around, and then I was towards the end of my final year, and, you know, I applied for a few jobs and stuff like that, and I didn't get them. But it just kind of got to the point where I was like, it's kind of good that I didn't get them, because this is something, I keep seeing it, you know, time and again. I keep seeing like young people always asking me, you know what I'm saying, what do I do to start a business? Where do I start from? And then I keep seeing all these young successful people out there doing like crazy stuff, but no one kind of knows about it. So I just got to the point where I have to try and bring this out to the world. And like myself, like I'm not media trained. Like I didn't go to like, you know what I'm saying, media school. You know, I only learned video editing like last month, you know what I mean? But I like this quote from Muhammad Ali. It says, like, in order to be a champion, like, you must have skill and will, but like the will must be greater than the skill. So it's just, I think the will to really do something is really what it takes, and that's what you need. I think what I like most is that, you know, we're kind of just shaping it ourselves, and we're kind of building, because I have my partner Trent as well, we're kind of just doing our own thing. Like, it all comes from our passions, basically. It's a combination of things that I really like. I like media. You know, I used to watch a lot of news, and I'm trying to bring the entertainment side into it, you know, music, and I'm a big hip-hop fan, and obviously entrepreneurialism and stuff like that. And so it's just, you can kind of create your own business. It's just a combination of your passions. So that's what I like about it, really, that I can combine my own passions and make something from it. A typical day in a week is just kind of hectic at the moment. I mean, at the moment I've just kind of been getting up at like 7:30. You know, I think having breakfast, that's a really crucial, underrated element of your day. Like having that breakfast and having that routine, and because I'm doing kind of media related and interviews, I'll listen to podcasts like every morning, different kind of interviews, and then go for a walk. and I started doing a bit of meditation, so I kind of do that, and it's just really like a 2 hour after I wake up, because I'm very bad for those 2 hours. I know I am, so I have to do something in there. So then after that, you know, I check my emails and all that, and then, yeah, because I write as well, so I start writing articles, and then so I've been going to a day when I go to Google campus in East London. I'll get on the train, go there, and then, you know what I mean, we'll just start working out what we need to do in terms of the website, you know what I mean, getting guests, and like, I had to learn video editing, so sometimes I make a video, and it just depends. It just depends what is needed to be done on that day. So my advice is, like, just kind of get experience and just kind of go outside your comfort zone in kind of all aspects of your life. And that kind of means if you haven't read a book in a while, like, just pick up a book and really, like, force yourself to finish it. I'm not saying read all of it on one day. I'm just saying, hey, let me read 20 pages of this book. Because when you kind of look at things that you know, you haven't looked at in a while, outside your comfort zone, like, it will completely just change your perspective if you keep doing it. Like, I used to go to events, like technology events. I don't code, I don't program or anything like that, but just meeting different people, it just gives me a different insight, and watch things that you don't usually watch. Try and, like, just think outside the box. And if you want to do something, like, don't feel pressured to start some, like, £1 million business, and because it's not about the money at the end of the day. It's about who you're helping, who you're serving, and what you like doing. So, like, just try and find things that you like doing. It might sound simple as this, but go back to your childhood, you know, and think of the things that you really like doing and you enjoyed doing. I always liked writing, you know, when I was a kid, but it was something when in school, like, you know, the teacher told you, oh, you're not really, like, you got like a B or a C, you kind of got disheartened and stopped doing it, you know. But go back and look, what did you like doing, and kind of think about those things, or what do you like doing now, and then try and look at it from that perspective. And I would also say, try and gain an appreciation that everything around you is entrepreneurialism, like everything, art, you know, culture, you know, the tables and desks, like, it was all an idea from someone's head. Someone had the initial idea. So just realize that ideas are powerful, but try and just enact them, you know, as small as possible, because you're gonna fail, it's not gonna be very good at first, but if just doing something, that art of doing something, creating something, is what it's all about. So.